Okay.
Eric,
We'll be babbling while you're going live.
It's preparing the live stream, so I'll tell you.
It says meeting is now streaming live on Facebook. I was just reading that on the screen.
Yeah, now you are. You are.
So we're live.
Yeah.
Live from Tuesday night, it's Stand for Freedom. I like that. With your host, Dave Darnell, or maybe he's on this side. It's hard to tell. It's Zoom.
Count them, 20,000 people, 20,000 Oregonians and counting. Be there.
So, David, the extremist, it's the 6th of July now? So that means that you need to tell us what's wrong with Oregon.
Well, fortunately, we got through 2 weeks to flatten the curve. That took 16 months, but
well, the liberals changed the definition of what a week is before they said 2 weeks. Did they just so a week is now 228 days and 4 hours. I believe that's the new definition of a week.
Yeah, well, regressives are notorious word butchers. They butcher the English language and assign new meanings to everything. But what's wrong with Oregon? I'll tell you, Ben, and everybody that's listening, in a nutshell, is that we're under one-party rule. We have a governor that it far exceeded the bounds that any governor, any government should stay within. And she was helped by a Democrat supermajority. She was left unchecked by a Democrat supermajority in the legislature. So we've been granted our rights back. We can now move about freely. We don't have to cover our face to buy and sell anymore. But we're still under a state of emergency. And I am seeing and hearing the next narrative coming down the pike, because you almost always hear it first on the mainstream media, which is part of the Democrat media complex, and it's backed up by Democrat policymakers. I'm thinking we're going to be heading into another lockdown, another something, this, that, or the next thing. Now that the governor has proven that she can flex her muscles and disrupt the entire economy, and I think that's going to be in the name of climate change.
Yeah, climate change is a good one. Remember when there was all these arsons last summer, and there was these huge fires all across the state of Oregon? That was climate change, but there was arrest after arrest after arrest. And actually, what's crazy is I've got news articles from Willamette Week, from Oregonian, from all these different supposedly left-wing publications that list out all of the accused arsonists from last summer to create the climate change. Is very, very strange. So I think they have the military, their paramilitary army ready to go. We'll see maybe some more fires, some more arsons. I think we've seen a bunch of arsons just over the past weekend in Portland and in Vancouver. It's interesting. It's interesting you say that.
Well, the tenure, as far as fires are concerned, Ben, yes, I remember all those. I remember all those fires that were started just east of the I-5 corridor from the northern boundary all the way to the southern boundary of the state. 300 miles of fires, all on the eastern side of the I-5 corridor. Of course, we were under a huge east wind at the time, and all the population centers are to the west. But I remember that, and I remember how quickly and how violently the media shut down that arson narrative, and how Facebook and other big techs were obviously called immediately and shut down the same narrative. So here we are. So for this time period from January 1st through July 6th, whatever it is, average over the last 10 years in the state of Oregon, according to the ODF, is 93 fires. That's the average that we have. We're now at 160.
That's not including all the fires Antifa set buildings in Portland on fire, right? That's just fires, right?
No. That doesn't. Those aren't fires, Ben. I don't know if you noticed that, but that's not arson. When you block the front doors of a building like the police union or say a federal building with people inside, you chain the front doors shut and you make it so that people can't get out and set that building on fire. That's a peaceful protest.
That's
That is
right.
a protest. Yeah, that is a protest for racial equality. And it's also a statement against the fascists that have been barricaded in the building that you hope to burn alive.
That's true. Yeah, they were declared fascist by the regressives, and so therefore, yeah, they should have had that's enough. That's all you need. You don't need due process or anything else, or even any evidence. And you can actually, when that took place, just for fun, that was right across the street from one of my coffee shops.
Really?
Yeah, and I was watching on the news that night because we got out of there early because they had started protesting earlier in the like around 11:30 noon. It was an early start, and the police station's right across the street. So we closed down early that day, which we often did, and then we got out of there. And I remember seeing our dumpster on the news, and I was like, "That's our dumpster. They used our dumpster." Could you believe that? And then
wow, really?
For like a week, yeah. Mm-hmm.
Wow.
Yeah.
You probably didn't get any rent. You probably didn't get any rent on that either, did you?
No, we didn't have to pay rent because the state of Oregon said that to landlords, you don't have to pay rent if you're a renter, and the landlords can't evict you. So basically, the state of Oregon commandeered every single landlord business in the state and said, your customers don't have to pay you anymore. And by the way, you can't fire your customers.
Yeah, some crazy stuff. And I think where we're at right now, Ben, is I think people in the state of Oregon.
But we actually paid the rent, so just saying.
Good. I think where we're at in the state of Oregon now, Ben, is I think people have been lulled back into a sense of complacency now that you don't have to do all those things you've had to do for the last 16 months. But I hate to be, and I'm pretty sure I'm not the guy who cries wolf, but I hate to be the guy that's yelling from the bell tower. But I think this is going to happen again.
Oh, you know it's going to happen again. Are you kidding me? Look, the same. Look, there's patterns here. There's a few patterns here. When you can catch a pattern, then you can see that it's by design, right? It's like last summer. You could come back inside and sit at your cafes and your restaurants again, right? You could go back to the gym for a few weeks. But when September came around, it was okay, folks. The numbers are going up. And all of a sudden, it was restriction, and then by November, September, October, November, it was clean out. 4 weeks in Multnomah County and 2 weeks around the rest of the state to reflatten the curve. And so we're back in it again. It's now summer. Okay, go have a little fun, plebeians, and enjoy the wind on your faces, because come winter, we're going to lock your asses back up again. And we're going to shut down your businesses again. Did you happen to see, by the way, my talk in Creswell from 4th of July on Sunday? Did you see that on Instagram or on freeoregon.org?
I haven't yet, no. I haven't yet, no.
I talked about 3 different things or categories of oppression from the government to the citizens in Oregon. And one of them, of course, was COVID-19. And, COVID-19 didn't hurt anybody's business. It was the government policy that destroyed businesses. So there's COVID-19, right? And then there's the violence, right? Because we experienced it, because we had businesses in downtown and Northeast Portland and so forth. When COVID hit, our business dropped 90%. It came back about 60% a couple weeks later. And then the violence began to happen and our business dropped back down 90% again. And then it stayed that way because of the political violence in downtown. It became a ghost town. So they used the political violence as well. And then the third thing is the homelessness. So the homeless crisis has been used to give extraordinary rights, land rights, to the homeless in Salem and in Portland, and the 2 places in Oregon that govern the rest of the state. And all those laws have done one thing, and they've attacked the value of your business, which is your property, which the government of the United States constitutionally protects. And it's also diminished your private property, by giving rights to the homeless, the people of Portland and Salem that are dealing with this, like the 10 feet from a residential doorway, you can camp 10 feet in Oregon from a residential doorway. Now, you can do that now. They did that last week. So all these things are aimed at your private property, whether it be your business or your house or your home. And the one thing that Karl Marx knew, is that, wow, you can't have a communist country and then the citizens own land. You just can't have those two things. So you have to remove
that is
the
anti-Marxist.
land. Yeah, they're Marxists. So you gotta take the land away from the citizens, or the property, the private property, like the businesses or the homes, right? You gotta diminish the value so that they walk, or simply take it away like they did to the landlords. So if you think about this, this is a property grab. This is a taking, right, from the state of Oregon, a legal taking, an illegal taking, but the taking is the legal means by which we may very well be able to fight back on all three fronts. Just a thought.
Yeah, and I think we need to fight back on all fronts that we can, because we're both in agreement, and I think anybody who has been paying attention over the last 16 months has seen the back and forth, seen the goalpost move, seen the open again, shut again, and is now seeing the Delta, Gamma, X, Y, Z, Alpha, Bravo, Zulu variants, supposedly. Can see that this is going to happen again. It might be COVID, it might be climate change, but whatever it is, it's going to disrupt our lives. And I think we need to continue to take action at the local level to prevent this. I mean, we've said it on this update a million times, or every time we've been on this update, that we can't get any relief from the executive branch in Oregon. We can't get any relief from the legislature in Oregon. We can't get any relief from the courts in Oregon. And so the only way is for those who are closest to us, our county commissioners, our city councilors, our mayors. The only way is for them to make a commitment by passing the Stand for Freedom resolution and an ordinance to go with it, to just say, no, we will not spend any resource whatsoever enforcing any of this unconstitutional stuff that's coming out of Salem, whether it be gun laws that fly directly in the face of the Oregon Constitution as well as the U.S. Constitution, or executive orders from the governor. And that's where we're at with Stand with Freedom. We have a petition that everybody can sign. You can sign it electronically at freeoregon.us. That's freeoregon.us. You can also sign it at restororegonnow.org, restororegonnow.org. You can also download sheets, and you can get everybody that you know to sign them, because I think this is the only way that we're going to do it. The only way that we're going to ensure that enough is enough, and this won't happen again.
We have to sign it, because here's the thing: political pressure from the people works. It works. And those signatures, the more we have, so you have to get out, print it out, get it out there to people you know, drop it off at businesses, get as many signatures as you can, because this is working. We got Douglas County, we got Brownsville. This is making progress. We get entire counties in Oregon to say, no, we are not going to back up and follow along with the tyrannical laws that are anti-constitutional, that are pro-Marxist, coming from the state of Oregon. We can create fragments of resistance around the state, and they will never be able to overtake us. Right now, there's still a lot of hope, because the state of Oregon hasn't completely overtaken us. We're not living in a Marxist country. We are living in the United States, a free country, and we still have powers. It's funny. I was reading case precedents from a case in the 10th Circuit Court, and it was a judge who ruled on some case against Ohio. It was someone versus the Ohio, and they said that the Constitution is the last vessel, the only vessel between a civil society and a violent society, because citizens have to have the right to use the constitutional law to seek whether it be an injunctive relief or some kind of solution when those that we elect to uphold our constitutional rights, defend our private property when they go against that and they break those laws. There has to be a remedy, right? A remedy for the people. Otherwise, the only remedy is violence. And so
Sure.
there's court case after court case that really does give the citizens of Oregon an opportunity to fight back legally. But the first thing you have to do, because we got the Ninth Circuit here, we have activist judges in Oregon that are literally going to do what they want to do and not do what's right. So we have to have the Stand for Freedom. We have to create more and more counties that are going to be Constitution sanctuaries. Bottom line, it has to be done.
It has to be done. We have to sign it and send it, Ben.
You got to sign it and you got to send it.
Yeah. Yeah. Hey, you can find us. You can find us on Facebook, Free Oregon Facebook group. You can find Stop the Abuse, Restore Oregon Now on Facebook. Again, our website's restoreoregonnow.org, freeoregon.us. Come join. Come look around our website. Sign the petition. Become a volunteer. And help us really make Oregon make Oregon counties and cities a constitutional sanctuary. I mean, that's the only like you said, we're not getting it from the courts. The courts are supposed to be the remedy. We'd rather not form an army. So if we can do it at the local level, I think we're, yeah. So sign it and send it, Ben.
You got to sign it and send it. You can go to freeoregon.us, but you got to click the action tab. It's the action tab, because when you sign it and send it, you know what you're doing? You're taking action. And that's what makes the difference. You got to sign it and send it.
Yeah.
David, nope, you're not frozen. You blinked.
How did you know I was pretending to be frozen?
I was like, oh my God, he's frozen. Ah! But then you blinked.
Yeah, that's Zoom's worst nightmare, isn't it? Gosh. All right. Well, hey, thanks, Ben. Thanks for having me on this update.
Thank you,
I
David,
appreciate
the extremist.
Yeah. Well, it's Tuesday and I've got some tacos waiting for me. It's not that I don't want to sit here and talk with you all, everybody out there, and you, Ben. But you know what? I like tacos.
Do you put cheese on your tacos?
Absolutely. What do you put on? Avocado?
Absolutely. Yeah, sometimes.
Hey, I like avocado on my tacos. Okay.
There we go.
And
common ground. We have to find common ground.
Truth of the matter is, if there was cheese and bacon on my burger and avocado, I would eat that down. I love avocados. So I just had to give you a hard time about being, a city boy, Portland boy, and your avocado on your, yeah.
It's okay. I'm used to it, man. I'm used to it. It's okay.
Yeah.
I know.
If I was
it's okay.
If I was lactose intolerant and couldn't eat cheese, I think I'd shoot myself.
The thoughts crossed my mind, but you know what? It's worse when you eat the cheese than when you feel bad you can't eat the cheese or the ice cream or anything else, right? But hey,
yeah.
The older I get, the worse matters get. You just go, no thanks.
Yeah. So there you have it, folks. This is how Stand for Freedom update devolves once you start talking about food at the end.
You got to sign it and send it.
Good night, everyone. Thanks.